Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kyle. I'm gonna do a little video here for you on some part reviews. So I haven't gotten any new parts, but had an email last night. A fellow that subscribes to me, Mr. Sistane. Thanks for the message. Asked, what's your current opinion on your springs that you got? I gotta put the school zone. Okay, slow down. What the hell? We got the skate club here. We got the scooter club. French scooter club. Is that a gym class? That's sweet. I'm still in school, yeah. That'd be a sweet gym class, freaking skateboard and stuff. Anyway, so yeah, so I got a message last night from a guy named Mr. Sistane on YouTube. He was asking what my current thoughts on my H&R Pro Sport springs are. So, as you guys know, it's I think it's 1.3 in the front, 1.4 in the rear. I do believe, or sorry, flip that around. 1.4 in the front, 1.3 in the rear drop, compared to the stock iBox suspension that came with the handling package on the Evo. So we'll start with that one there first. When I first installed it, and obviously like springs will settle after a little while and everything. And it's been about a year, and I'd say maybe 10 to 15,000 kilometers. I want to say maybe less. I'd say 10. We'll go 10 just to be safe. But I haven't had a single issue with it whatsoever settling, and like I was worried that maybe I had put them on and the spring wasn't in the socket when I'd first done it. But still really loving them. It's a performance spring, so yeah, it makes it an uncomfortable ride, I guess, like going over bumps. Like, it's not the nicest thing in the world. It's quite loud. But around here in Halifax, I didn't want to go too low. Like, there's some people that have their cars just on the ground pretty much. I'm like, I don't know how you guys get around here, because like the potholes will just like gone and your car's gone. And like, I haven't seen any really bad cases, but there's a lot of damaged lips around and rims just from the stuff. That was stupid. I don't know what the fuck I was doing there. Alright. So yeah, there's a lot of damage caused by the roads around here, so I didn't want to go any lower. So it's a perfect ride height. I don't scrape on anything. Everyone's like, oh, you must scrape. And it's like, no, I don't. Like, you drive smart and you don't hit large potholes. So yeah, I'm having no issues whatsoever with the springs. I still love them. It looks really awesome on the car. When you pull it next to an Evo that's stock and you got the drop on it like I do, it's just like just sets the car off nice, squats it down, makes it a lot more aggressive. Of course, like, you're changing the stock setup on an Evo, which is perfect. It's literally, I'm not gaining anything performance-wise that I do like all the time. Like, there's probably no gain to it. It just looks a lot better. So all the people out there that are like, oh, you're an idiot, you're changing your suspension, it's perfect, blah blah. I don't care. It looks better, and it's not damaging the car in any way. I got the springs for that shock mount, so it's not just cutting like a spring or something like that, like some Honda guys do, and then you don't change your spring rate at all. So you get a new set of springs. It has a different spring rate, so it allows you to put a lower spring in it. Anyway, but yeah, still love the springs a lot. Other than that, I've got mostly just exhaust work done to the car. The exhaust is holding up really, really nicely. Like, I put it on there like it was never ever going to come off again, which was dumb because it is going to come off again eventually. I have an Ultimate Racing downpipe and test pipe, and then an NVIDIA Q300 exhaust from the cat back. The downpipe is a short downpipe. I now know what that means. When I went to install it, I was like, oh, well, it's actually short. So it has the stock O2 housing still on it, which I wasn't very happy with myself when I had bought that. Reasons why I wanted better flow. So I got the exhaust for cheap. I got them off of Melissa Grew off of YouTube here as well. One of my subscribers, she's messaged me. She's like, hey, I got these. You want them? I was like, yeah. I paid like $300 for the two pipes together, and that's like awesome. She sent it up to me, got me a deal on them. I was like, done. So I got those. I was just itching for parts basically, and I was broke. Well, I'm still broke. I'm just driving Evo. But yeah, so I got the parts up, and I realized what they were when I got here. They're still really good quality parts. The test pipe was used, but the down pipe was brand new. The test pipe, it's literally a pipe. It's not even, it's a resonated high flow cat is what sounds really great, still holding up. All the flanges are really good, in good condition. I put some pretty beefy gasket in it, so it it doesn't leak anywhere. And I've even like bottomed out the car on like going over in certain driveways. People that have been driving there for decades, eventually the driveway will get ruts, and you drive along it, and you're like, oh, okay, oh, sorry. But I've done that, and I don't know if I'm just really good at putting them on or just all the sealant that I put around it, but it does not leak at all. So yeah, no problems there whatsoever. No problems with leaking from any of the welds. The welds were always really nice. I guess another thing that I got to say about it would be like, it sounds really great. Got a lot of people. I've got people that message me about my Q300, like another channel, 350Z Forum. He's messaged me before on his other channel, and he was saying that the Q300 is really quiet. And I'm like, okay, well, what did you have on before? And like, he had a completely different exhaust on it. Like the Q300, it's the quiet 300. So like, it's not like the N1 or anything like that from NVIDIA, or it's not like the Tomoe exhaust, and it's definitely not like the ETS V2 Extreme. So like, it's not meant to be super loud. It's meant to be quiet when you're farting around, and then when you get up into the high revs, then it really opens up. You can hear it, and you're like, oh damn, that's nice. It's got a nice little purr. I definitely don't wish I did anything different with the exhaust other than the downpipe. I wish I got either a long downpipe, or I want, myself personally, I want an AMS wide mouth downpipe, because they're dope. Like, you just fist those all day, just, and like, no problems at all with it. My buddy, he's got an Evo X final edition up at PEI, and that guy knows how to, he definitely did his research when he was doing it, because he had to wait, obviously, for his final edition, so he had a lot of time to research exactly what he wanted to do. He's a very, very smart guy, and I wish I definitely did it the way he did, because he spent maybe like a third of what I've spent on my car, and yeah, literally has a way different car. It sounds like a jet engine when it goes by. He did his own exhaust, built it himself, so it's basically a straight pipe, but he's got an AMS wide mouth downpipe, and I can't remember what he did for a test pipe, but it's not long. It's very custom work, I'll say, but he did a really good job with it. It sounds amazing. It like blows your eardrums out whenever he shifts, and it's like sex in your ear. Other than that, let's see, I guess my headlights. I'll talk about my headlights. The headlights I got from Boost on Demon X headlights on Facebook is what his Facebook name is. But honestly, I don't get what all the hype was. Like, it was really cool when it first came out, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, those are freaking awesome! My eyes are bleeding. They're so amazing." I got some. I bought them on deployment. I bought them like 4 months when I had 4 months left on my deployment. So I bought them. I was like, sick. They'll be there like just before I get home. I'll be able to throw them on the car. Everything will be good. I get them about 2 months after I got back from deployment. So that was the big poopy thing there. I didn't have my headlights for a long time. I was like, what the hell? And like, he was backed up. I understand he's only one guy doing it out of his garage, basically. But when I got them, I was actually really disappointed. And it cost me, like, because it's Canadian and American, the dollar was really poopy, and it still is really poopy. So it was quite discouraging when I opened the box up, and I was like, freak, this is really shoddy work. Like, it's rushed work. Like, you could tell that he's got a lot on the go, and he has a lot to do. And he definitely, for the time that he had it, about 6 months it almost took him, 5-6 months, give or take, he did a very poor job of finish work on it. Like, inside you could see a lot of holes between the choke face of the housing and then the back face. There was holes there from where JB welded, and didn't really do a good job of sealing it. Most of the lights had sealing issues, like the housings weren't even together. He just put a crap ton of caulking in it and was like, yep, it's good, it'll stay. So we did that. The halo rings, they were in there, they weren't glued in, they were wired in, which is like, alright, because sometimes glue fails, then you have a halo just fucking off inside your housing. But he had it wired, just chicken wire, like twisted in there, and holes drilled, no big problem there. Like, I probably would have ended up doing the same thing, because I'm not, I'm handy with that stuff. is one set of halos and it barely works. Sometimes it works, it doesn't. Turn it on, it's like, oh, it's a good day today, cool. So that is really poopy, but they're really cheap and flimsy halos. They're nothing special. And I got the Xenon written on the side of the projectors as well, and it's literally like you took a sticker and then like put it on and cut it, and it's actually, some of it looks like it's even painted on. Like it's really shoddy. Like you get up close, you're like, oh, hope we didn't pay too much of those. And like if it was like a legit brand, you'd be like, oh, those are reps for sure. So that's discouraging there. That, and again, the halos, like only one side works now, and it was starting like immediately after I got it all done. I'm not sure if it was him or if it was the guy that I got wired in, because electricity is like a unicorn to me, and it's like, no, don't touch it, it'll hurt you, stop. So I got the guy to wire it in, and this guy around here, and honestly he did a really bad job of wiring it as well, like cutting into it to see if it had power to it. It's like, yeah, just test the end of it. That's the cool thing about having a wire, it's got two ends, but he's cutting into the middle of it with X-Acto knives. So I don't blame the whole working issue of the demons completely on the fabricator, but the guy that did the wiring was dumb, basically. Even I wouldn't do those things with electricity, and he's supposed to be a professional. So yeah, other than that, guys, I also have H&R spacers on. I went H&R because they were pretty much like the beefiest ones that I could find, the ones that look like they were really good, like good quality. Other than that, and they're hub centric, so they bolt on, they match your hub pattern, and they match the bolt pattern as well on the hub. They look amazing. They're from Germany, H&R, if you guys haven't known. Like it says made in Germany stamped into it, and it's a really, really high strength alloy. I'm not sure if it's completely aluminum. It's super, super light anyway, so it's definitely not just a straight metal. But yeah, I love them. They look really, really good with the car stock. When you have the stock rims, like the stock rims are 8.5 inches wide, and the 20 mil spacers really set off the stance of the car. Just flattens it out and just makes it look real nice. Yes, spacers are bad for ball joints, or sorry, wheel bearings. But again, wheel bearings are meant to fail. That's what their end game is. It's meant to fail, so other bigger things don't fail. So I'm not really worried about it. At the end of the day, they look really good on the car. I don't beat the car up or anything like that. Like, I play with it a little bit. Eventually I'll take it to the track, and eventually I'll have wider wheels, etc. But you need spacers anyway to clear these massive freaking Brembo calipers. There's a few people that message you on there being like, you're an idiot, like another kid ruins an Evo. It's like, buddy, I ain't got time for you. I'm just doing my thing. You go back to your Honda Civic and you build that, okay? Just go mad coil build or something, okay? But just pound sand. Do not care. I just put a filter on that says dummies are us, and it says, okay, poop, and I put you in that filter, and then I never see you again. So that makes me laugh there. It's like, boop, boop, 2 seconds, and that's it. That's all you affect me for about 2 seconds. Other than that, I really ain't got nothing for, that sounded really southern. I ain't got nothing. Don't have anything else on the car, really, that is crazy. I took off my HKS blow-off valve, just because honestly, it annoyed the shit out of me, because all you hear every single time you did any, not even like a shift or anything, just a throttle change it any which way, it goes. People would be like, oh, Kyle's coming. Yeah, that's him for sure. And it drove me nuts, like going down the highway. I was like, all right, well, enough of that then. So I'm just gonna take that off. But I only took it off when I wanted to, like needed to, because I got an ETS intake. And when I got the ETS intake, the HKS valve and the hard piping from AEM, they were so freaking close and so tight. I was like, no, I don't like that at all. So I took it off just because of fitment issues. I probably would have turned it around and put it to recirc like I originally wanted to. I just really never got around to it. But other than that, love the HKS valve. Really gorgeous valve, way better than the stock valve, but the stock valve did just fine. And the ETS intake that I got, it was designed to have that stock valve, or at least a 90-degree recirc valve. So I just threw that valve back on, and if I was your uncle, that's all I really did. Ooh, hello, Piggy. 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 Screw you, HRP. Yeah, buddy. So, other than that, guys, I don't have anything left. That's all I really have to talk about. Sorry about the long video. There's a few mods on it. With that, guys, that's all I got. I'm back home. I did a little loopy-loop so I could do this video for you. And, yeah, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, make sure to message me, like, and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.